Hello guys, welcome back to Loggery. How are you all doing? I hope all of you are doing great, all of you are fine and safe. Today we are going to talk about how to prepare for CLAT 2023 as well as 2024. Now, in this video, this is a very important video. If you want to give CLAT 2023 or 2024, this is the video that you should watch. I'm going to discuss each and every section in detail. This is a section wise strategy video. For each section, we are going to discuss that what should be your step-by-step strategy. What should be your step-by-step strategy, from which books you have to study, how you have to study, how to study. I'm going to discuss for each and every subject. We are going to do this. I'm going to tell you which are the skills that you have to acquire. You know why people are not able to clear CLAT, why students are not able to clear CLAT, because I think they just stick to one thing. They don't know what is the full circle. There is a full thing that you need to do if you want to clear CLAT, and that is not difficult. It is just that you guys don't know what you have to do. So I have created handwritten mind maps for you. Yes, handwritten mind maps for you, wherein I'm going to tell you that ye karna hai, this you have to do, this you have to do, this you have to do, so that you are preparing in in like complete preparation for each and every subject. That is what we are going to discuss. I'm going to give you the important topics. We've already discussed this. If you've not watched the syllabus video, do watch that video. The link of the video is in the description box. Here also I'm going to keep on talking about important topics, but in the syllabus video I've given you a clear definition. I think there cannot be a better video for syllabus for CLAT and CLAT 2023 and 2024 that I have done for you. जो मैंने आप लोगों को करी है syllabus वाला video, description box में link मिल जाएगा. Yes, this is a 100% success roadmap. Right, that is what we are going to discuss today. So let's get started with today's session. If you want to book a one-on-one session with me, that is a paid session, the link is in the description box. If you want to talk to me for free, you can contact me on Instagram. I'm there by the name @ImLoggery. You can also follow us on Telegram. We're there on Telegram as well. And you can also comment down below and ask me all your queries. So let's get started with today's session. And yeah, guys, welcome to Loggery. I hope you're subscribed to Loggery's YouTube channel and hit that bell notification on so that you do not miss any of our videos. And I hope you're following us on Instagram. We're there by the name @IamLoggery. We do pretty motivational stuff out there. If you want to stay happy, if you want to stay motivated, and if you want to stay connected a little more with Loggery, then do follow us on Instagram. So starting with English, so the very first subject that we are going to discuss is English. So English के अंदर जो हमारा first topic है, the first topic is reading comprehension. The entire paper, the entire English section and entire paper is full of passages. I would request you to please go through the previous year question papers of CLAT 2020, 2021 and 2022. The link is going to be in the description box because the pattern was changed in 2020. So you should know कि paper कैसा है, how is the paper. So reading comprehension, very important. Only one topic that you have to cover for your English. There is another topic which is a smaller topic, part of reading comprehension only, but the main topic, the star topic is reading comprehension. Now how you have to study reading comprehension? Step 1 is that you have to learn how to solve questions. You have to understand how to solve different types of questions. This is what you have to understand. What you have to understand? You have to understand that how you have to solve different types of questions, like that of main theme, central idea, tone of the passage, what has been assumed, inferred, author's mood, vocabulary, all of this you have to understand. Now how to do that? ये कैसे करना है आपको, ये समझना है कि डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ क्वेश्चन हाउ टू सॉल्व पता चलना चाहिए कि कैसे. अगर वो कह रहे कि बताओ मेन थीम ऑफ द पैसेज क्या है, तो आपको पता होना चाहिए. यू शुड नो व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ मेन थीम. if they are asking me to find the main theme, how can I find main theme? So you have to learn how to solve. Now a lot of you are going to say that back in the school or in school also we are solving reading comprehensions. Isn't that enough? No. For competitive exam and especially something like that of CLAT, you have to study things that are different, right? Because the passages that are there in CLAT are different from what you answered in your school, right? So how to learn this? You have to read theory, and from then you'll ask from where to read theory. What theory you are going to read? How to solve these types of questions. This theory you're going to go for. Option number 1 is you can go for a free PDF that is available on my website, that is www.logri.com. I'll provide the link in the description box. You can take out the printouts of the pages wherein different types of questions have been discussed, right? Number 1, you can do this, right? Go through that. If you think no, I want to, if you're saying no, I don't, you went through it and you felt like no, I want to go for a book or anything of that sort, then you can go for Arun Sharma. Again, I'll leave the link of this book in the description box. So in this book also, they have given a good explanation of how to solve and everything of that sort, right? Once you have, now here, once you are reading that how you have to solve different types of क्वेश्चंस आप पढ़ रहे हो कि कैसे आपको डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ पैसेजेस सॉल्व करने हैं, तो इट इज़ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट यू मार्क इन द बुक. In the book only you mark, you underline in the book, and you write down pointers also if there are any. Why you are doing this? So that you can come back and revise. Revision is very important. So in the book you are going to make notes in the book. Okay, this is very important. This is step 1. Now once you have understood, आपने समझ लिया कि कैसे different types of questions solve करने हैं, then we come over to the second thing, that is practice. Right? Practice, because we have to apply theory. We have to apply theory. Whatever tips and tricks they have told us while reading the theory, here we are going to apply theory. So we are going to practice passages. Now again, the question is from where to practice. You can practice from the free PDF. There are passages available there. You can practice from Arun Sharma if you have that book. You have to practice questions from previous year questions of ALET and CLAT. This is mandatory. Look, I have written here. This is mandatory. Very, very important. Right? And also, it is my humble request, please go through the previous year question papers of CLAT, especially 2020, 21 and 2022, so that you have an idea. आपको idea होना चाहिए. You should have the idea about the length of the passage, about the difficulty of the passage. Okay? This is very, very important. Now, once you start practicing, don't expect yourself to get all the questions right. This is not going to be the case, okay? But with time, as you practice and practice, there is going to be a time when you are going to get most of your questions right. So, right, practice 5 to 6 RCs every day, because you get 5 to 6 RCs in your CLAT exam. Yes, you have to solve 5 to 6 RCs in CLAT exam. Then you have a look at previous year question papers of CLAT 2020, 21, 2022 for length of the passage. This is a very important pointer. You should know about the length of the passage, because the books that we are following here, for our theory or for our practice, they are not meant for CLAT specifically. They are meant for exams like that of MBA, CAT, GMAT. So we are studying a level higher. But that is the need of the hour, because we have to study a level higher for better practice, right? So, yeah, this is one thing that you have to do. So, you have to check out the length of the passage. So, if you once you know the length of the passage, if you think that if you will feel that even if I am able to solve 2 to 3 passages of this length, my speed is good to go. So, you can solve 2 to 3 passages. If the passage is long, the passages that you are practicing, if they are long, you can solve 2 to 3 passages also, right? Now this is a very important tip again. If the answer is wrong, go back to the passage and give the reason why you answered what you answered, right? So this is very, very important. When you are practicing, you get your answer is wrong. You go back to the question, you go back to the passage, and you check why you answered what you answered. What was going up in your mind? What was the reason that you gave yourself? Right? It should be a reason based answer. Try to come up with a reason based answer, right? And tell yourself, okay, I gave myself this reason, but oh, this is not the reason, I should have thought this. So your thought process, आपका जो thought process है वो change होगा. अगर आप जो question गलत हो गया है उसको ऐसे analysis करोगे, I can guarantee you your understanding level is going to increase. Right? So now try to understand why it went wrong and why the answer is what it is. Now this is very, very important again. This is what is you are going to do. Reading theory step 1, then you come over to practice and practice. Once you're getting your answers right, आपके आंसर्स जो हैं अब सही आने लगे, ऐसा एक टाइम आएगा. प्रैक्टिस करके मे बी आफ्टर 30 days 40 days there is going to be a day when you feel like that most of my answers are correct. Now what you have to do, you have to move to step 3. And what should be your step 3? Time management. You should be able to solve 5 to 6 CLAT length passages. CLAT length passages. Please check out the length of CLAT CLAT length passages in 5 to 6 hours in 30 to 30 minutes. This is very important. You should be able to solve 5 to 6 RCs in 30 to 35 minutes. This is the time. Now, a lot of students face this problem because they do not work on third step. This is very important. Number one step is very important to understand how to solve. Okay, if you don't know how to solve, then you are saying main theme, you are understanding that main theme meaning is something else, actual meaning is something else. So once you understand that this is the meaning, you will get your answers right. Then you practice, then you analyze, and then once you're getting your answers right, then you come to time management, right? So what you're going to do, you're going to take 6 RCs, right? CLAT length, you're going to take 6 RCs and you're going to time yourself. Maybe on your first day you are taking 1.5 hours, some even go up to 2 hours, maybe you're taking 1 hour, whatever. You're going to time yourself, practice, 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 and one day you're going to see that you're able to solve the passages in 30 to 35 minutes, right? You can do that. Now, is it possible that you can solve these passages, the CLAT passages? Yes, you can. Maximum answers can be given after one reading of the passage. Yes, if you have a good reading speed. I'm going to discuss about that. Reading speed also matters, but most of the answers can be answered on the basis of a basic understanding of the passage. If you have read the passage nicely, you can answer most of the questions without going back to the passage, so your time is saved. Then eliminating options and then arriving at the correct option is also the best part, right? You eliminate A, B, C, D, you are sure that B and C is not the answer, and if you go through CLAT question papers, you're able to eliminate 2 options very, very easily. So this also saves your time. So yes, this is what you have to do. Now, talking about what is your step 1. Step 1 is your theory, that is your understanding how to solve questions, and you're also making notes in the book. You're making notes in the book. Okay, then you have step 2, that is practice, right? Aim is to correct, you should get correct answers of maximum questions. This is your aim till step 2. Then your aim is time management, working on time management, that is getting your 5 to 6 RCs done in 30 to 35 CLAT length passages. You have to check out the length yourself, you have to have an idea. Okay, moving on, then we have everyday skills required. Yes, for your English section, not only these skills are not only required for English, these skills are required for logical reasoning, these skills are required for legal reasoning. Yes, these skills are required for all of these sections. All the 3 sections need these skills. They are good reading speed. Yes, you need to have a good reading speed. Now, how to increase your reading speed? A lot of students say we're going to read novels. Do you have time? Do you have time? Tell me, do you have time? So we should make sure, like when you're preparing for CLAT or any other competitive exam, you should make sure that yes, you can do a lot of things to improve various things, but you have to pick up the option that takes less time. You should go for the option that is not time consuming, that is saving your time. And how you can increase your reading speed and save time also? Read newspaper every day, right? On my channel Exam Ire, if you don't know, from 6 p.m. till 7 p.m. every day in the evening, we have our session, right? Now here I also mention, I specifically mention, I point out specifically articles pointed out in Exam Ire session that this you need to read. At least read those. Yes, in the session I discuss about everything, but if the editorials part, all other parts. So everyday skills required. Now these skills are not only required for your English section, these are the skills that are required for other sections as well, like that of your logical reasoning, like that of your legal reasoning. Yes, these skills are required. ओके, नाउ विच आर दो स्किल्स? ये स्किल्स आपको सिर्फ और सिर्फ इंग्लिश के लिए नहीं, आपको बाकी सभी सेक्शंस लाइक दैट ऑफ लॉजिकल और लीगल रीजनिंग के लिए भी चाहिए. नाउ नंबर 1 skill that you need is your good reading speed. Yes, you need to have a good reading speed, and the best way to increase your reading speed is reading newspaper daily. And even if you attend my session on Exam Eye newspaper daily analysis session that takes place from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m, there also I specifically mention some editorials that I say that you guys should specifically read. CLAT people should specifically read these editorials by themselves. I post the newspaper on my Telegram channel of Exam Eye. You can pick the newspaper from there and start reading the newspaper. Even if you are attending this class, say 6 to 7 you are not free, okay, you can attend the class later on the next day I would say pick up the newspaper by yourself also, and the parts that are not marked, read them by yourself. Try to understand those parts by yourself. So newspaper is the best way to increase your reading speed. A lot of students, they tend to start reading novels and everything of that sort. I think instead of reading novels, you should keep on reading the newspaper. If you are reading the newspaper for increasing the reading speed, read the articles which are not at all important also. Like in the newspaper section, in the current affairs section, we are going to discuss the important articles and all that. So I would suggest that if you have to increase your reading speed, your purpose for reading the newspaper, like if you say, okay, today I'm going to read the newspaper for 1 hour and the purpose of reading is to increase reading speed, then I would say read the articles that are important, and after once those are complete, you can always move on to the articles, editorials that are not important. And if I have specifically mentioned that this editorial is important for CLAT people, it means that it is for logical and English section mainly, because if it would have been for current affairs, I would have taught it in the class, right? So this is important. Good reading speed, reading the newspaper is very important. Reading novels is not something that I would say, because look, in the CLAT exam they are not going to give you something of your choice. वो आपको novels इसलिए पढ़ने के लिए मैं मना कर रही हूँ, because आप novel तो आपकी choice की होगी ना. यहाँ पर करंट अफेयर्स आपकी चॉइस की नहीं है, रैंडम करंट अफेयर्स है, पढ़नी पड़ेगी, ठीक है ना. सो आप यू शुड क्रिएट अ हैबिट, यू शुड इनकलकेट अ हैबिट, मतलब आपको अपने अंदर एक हैबिट डालनी चाहिए कि यू आर एबल टू रीड वट एवर कम्स इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू, यू आर एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड वट एवर कम्स इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू. The very next point is vocabulary, right? New words used in the newspaper. Okay, now a lot of people are going to tell you that go for Norman Lewis, word power made easy. I think number one, that book is very, very bulky. Again, time constraints, right? So what is the best way? And if you pick up CLAT 2020, 21, 2022, what helped the most was whoever was reading the newspaper and was aware of the words, the new words that are used in the newspaper. I think they were able to answer questions. So vocabulary जो है वो again आपको हर section में help करता है, हर section में. It is going to help you in GK also, English, logical, legal. It is going to help you because your logical, your legal and your English are all somewhere based on current affairs or from journalistic sources. Journalistic sources का मतलब newspaper, magazine से ही article उठाए होते हैं. If you are able to learn their common words, your job is done. So you have to learn 4 to 5 new words every day from the newspaper. Again, we discuss it on our channel Examire in the session for current affairs. We cover our English words part also, vocabulary part also. You have to create your own list. You have to have a notebook wherein you are writing. It can be a current affairs notebook. In front you can make your current affairs note. At the end of the notebook you can start writing these words with meanings, and you can keep on revising and revising. And if you attend the class for 1 to 2 months, you will see that there is repetition. A lot of words are used again and again and again. So this is what you need to do. Third is knowledge of current affairs. Yes, the basic knowledge of current affairs, the basic topics that are discussed again and again. For example, cryptocurrency. For example, there are so many topics that are discussed again and again. So if you have good knowledge of those, again, they're going to help you with your attempting of all of these sections, and obviously your current affairs section also. So yes, a good knowledge is very important of current affairs is going to help. So reading the Hindu every day and attending the Examire session. Now a lot of you are going to have this question. बहुत बच्चे पूछते हैं कि दी हम एग्जाम का सेशन लगाते हैं तो क्या हमें खुद से न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ना चाहिए. देखो एग्जाम का सेशन इसलिए ज़रूरी है, दिस इज इंपॉर्टेंट बिकॉज आई टेंड टू डिस्कस द बैकग्राउंड न्यूज़ एंड एवरीथिंग एंड इट इज ईजियर फॉर यू. I would say after the class, give 30 minutes more to the newspaper and try to read it try to go through the things yourself also. This is going to help you a lot, right? Now again, tips and tricks, certain tips and tricks for reading comprehension. Yes, we forgot we are discussing about reading comprehension. Here some tips for reading comprehension. Reading only questions before reading the passage. So here you have to read questions before you go to the passage, and only the questions, not the options, right? I'm asking you to read only the questions, not the options. So this is number one thing that you have to do. Then underlining the line where you think you can find the answer in the passage. If you think that this line is where I would be able to find the answer, make sure that you underline it. This is going to help you. You can try it out, ठीक है ना. तो आपको क्या करना है, अंडरलाइन करना है. सबसे पहले तो जब आप एक पैसेज को देख रहे हो तो आप पहले क्वेश्चन जाओगे, फटाफट से क्वेश्चन विदाउट ऑप्शंस पढ़ लिए, फिर जाओ पैसेज पढ़ रहे हो, आपको लग रहा है यहाँ पे आंसर हो सकता है, उसको अंडरलाइन करो. देन मूविंग ऑन, while solving questions, what you should do, read all the options. Okay, eliminate options. Eliminate matlab A, B, C, D. You are going to cross it down that okay, D is not the answer, B is not the answer, C is not the answer, A is the answer. Okay, if you do like this, I'm sure a lot of questions which you would have not attempted, you will be able to attempt. Go back. Now here I had to write, go back to the passage only if required, because there are going to be questions in CLAT wherein you don't really need to go back to the passage. You can just answer the questions on the basis of the reading of the passage. In whole, you've read the passage and you have to answer it on the basis of your understanding of the passage as a whole, right? Then moving on, there's one more topic that you have to cover here for English, that is your figures of speech. Yes, you get 4 to 5 good number of questions. 4 to 5 questions are going to be there in your CLAT exam. From YouTube, you can cover your figures of speech, make your notes, and then practice online only for figures of speech. Then moving on, we have quantitative techniques. Quantitative techniques is your maths. What is your quantitative techniques? Maths. So here what you're going to do, step 1 is solving basic maths. Okay, so you have to solve basic class 10th up till maths. Now, a lot of people are going to say solve NCRT 5th to 10th NCRT. Look, we are not studying for UPSC. We are studying for CLAT and we have to save our time. And to save our time, you have to buy this book called 30 Days Wonder by S. Chand. Okay, this book, again, the link is going to be in the description box. Please, guys, I want to tell you that if you're watching this video, please watch the syllabus video as well as how to prepare. You're watching this and all other videos that I'm going to mention in the description box, right? Even after this video, I'm going to do some videos, 3 to 4 videos that are going to help you. Please watch all of those videos because they are going to help you, right? So 30 days wonder you have to solve, and if you watch the syllabus video, I have mentioned that which topics you have to solve and which not. So for sake of not repeating and making this video longer, because I know this is going to be a long video, I'm not repeating the topics. So from there you have to pick up the topics, right? And please don't buy Quantitative Aptitude by R.S. Agarwal. ये वाला जो book है, you know, this 30 Days Wonder by S. Chand is a छोटा भाई बहन of R.S. Agarwal Quantitative Aptitude only. You don't need to solve that big book. Okay, now you have to mark difficult and wrong questions while you are solving and create a formula list which you can revise again and again. Okay, this is something that you need to do. Your formula list should be handwritten. Okay, handwritten formula list is something that you have to create. Then come over to step 2, that is data interpretation. So in your CLAT exam, you have data interpretation type of questions, but there is easy. They are easy. So which book? There's this book by S. Chand again. So there's a book by S. Chand for data interpretation. I'll leave the link of the book in the description box below. So the name of the book is An Advanced Approach to Data Interpretation. An Advanced Approach to Data Interpretation. Okay, by S. Chand. This is the this is by S. Chand. Now a lot of you are going to say कि दी आप पहले तो you used to tell about Olive Board, a complete guide for DI and data sufficiency for prelims and mains. I used to talk about this book, Olive Board. Now this book is expensive. This book is also a good book, and you have to only solve level 1 of Olive Board, right? And this is a big book. A lot of you used to find it that it is wastage of money because this book is expensive. So I have come up with another book which is that of S. Chand. The name of the book is Advanced Approach to Data Interpretation by Dr. R.S. Agarwal. S. Chand's book, right? I'm going to leave the link of the book in the description box. You can go for any one book, and if you're going for Olive Board, you have to solve only the level 1. All other levels are not meant for you. You have to solve only level 1 if you're going for Olive Board. S. Chand, you can solve examples, pick and choose the questions. This is what you have to do. So in maths, one of the biggest mistakes that students commit is that they tend to they start solving data interpretation questions without solving basic maths. So if you check out the data interpretation questions, they are going to ask you percentage, average only. So you have to solve basic maths. आपको basic maths solve करना पड़ेगा और फिर जाकर आप data interpretation पे जाओ. Directly data interpretation पे मत जाओ unless and until you're very good with maths. Okay. For logical reasoning, what you need to study? For logical reasoning, the topics are assumptions, arguments, inference, and conclusion. Yes, these 4 topics are your main topics. These are very, very important. Okay, these are the main topics, not your blood relations, coding, decoding, nothing. You have to cover assumptions, arguments, inference, conclusion. Moving on, you have, what is your step 1? Theory, that is understanding how to solve. Understanding how to solve. This can be done. Understanding how to solve, right? So the book from wherein you have to understand about these topics is, we have a free PDF available on www.loggery.com. You can go through that PDF. If you are able to understand things, great. Go through this PDF, solve some previous year questions of CLAT, and if you're able to solve those questions, you're getting an answer right, I think you don't really need to go for any other book. Then you can just move on to practicing and practicing more and more. But if you think that no, you're not getting the answers right, then you can also practice from Arun Sharma. This is the book you would have bought for reading comprehension. You can solve the critical reasoning part from there also. But if you're thinking to buy a book specifically for critical reasoning, then you can buy Willy's book, right? So if you're getting confused, I am going to make things clear here. अगर आपको confusion हो रही है तो मैं clear कर देती हूँ. सबसे पहले जो PDF मैंने वेबसाइट पे प्रोवाइड किया है उसको you can go through that PDF. अगर आपको उसमें से समझ में आ रहा है, well and good. अगर उसमें से नहीं आ रहा है तो आप विली बाय कर सकते हैं. बट अगर आपके पास अरुण शर्मा, यू ऑलरेडी हैव अरुण शर्मा फॉर रीडिंग कॉम्प्रीहेंशन, दैट यू कैन सॉल्व द क्रिटिकल रीजनिंग पार्ट एंड यू कैन ऑल्सो रीड द critical reasoning part from this book. Okay, clear? Now moving on, step 2 is obviously once you've read your theory, you're going to practice. Okay, from where you have to practice from previous year question papers of CLAT. This is mandatory. So I'm going to leave a link of the book in wherein you'll find previous year questions of CLAT with answers. I'll leave the link of the book in the description box. You can practice from the PDF that is available on my website. You can practice from Arun Sharma. You can practice from Willy. Now, when I say practice, first practice is from here, and second, this is mandatory. Okay, previous year question papers. Second can be for practice. Whatever is available out of these three, you can practice from there. In case you want to practice more, then you can opt according to your convenience. Now, next is step 3 is newspaper. When you're reading the editorials, when you're reading the articles, right, ask yourself these questions. What is the author assuming? What can be inferred, right? Once you understand what is assumption, inference, conclusion, the basic, you can ask yourself, and again, this is going to help. Now, a lot of students think that logical reasoning is very difficult. Guys, it is not difficult. Please pick up the 2022 paper. Once you have read the basics of logical reasoning, pick up the paper and just solve it. You will see it is very easy. If you are reading current affairs, if you have a good vocabulary base, if you have good reading speed, I think logical reasoning is the easiest section that is there in CLAT. And most of the students, they leave this section. It is very easy. So you should have a basic understanding. I can understand that you've never heard these terms, assumptions, arguments, inference, conclusion, but it is not difficult, believe you me. This is the way that you have to do things. Now moving on, legal aptitude. How to cover legal aptitude, or what we call legal reasoning. Step 1 is to understand the law. It is very important. Now here I have not said learn the law. What I am saying is understanding the law. It is very important to understand the law, right? Because there, वहाँ पर आपको बहुत ज़रूरी है कि आप समझो, याद नहीं करना है. Our human mentality is this, that whenever we are preparing for a test and we are reading something, we tend to learn it. But in CLAT, specifically in legal reasoning, you don't need to learn things. You have to understand the law. And how you have to understand the law? You have to cover these topics. Indian Constitution, for which there is my own course also, which you can buy. The link is in the description box. Guaranteed, this is going to help you with the understanding, and this is going to help you with the reading of the newspaper as well. Okay, then you have your contracts, torts, criminal law, family law. Basic you have to cover. Okay, the book that you can go for is Willy. Look, if you have not bought any book yet, then you can buy directly Willy. If you have bought AP Bhardwaj, you can study from AP Bhardwaj. I promise you, I'm going to provide you with something related to family law and also international law. Only basics of international law. I'm going to provide you a PDF from wherein you can just cover the basics of these topics. So if you are going to buy the book now, you can buy Willy. If you already have AP Bhardwaj, you can study from AP Bhardwaj. Now for AP Bhardwaj, you have to buy LA and LR by AP Bhardwaj, not workbook. You do not have to buy their workbook. No workbook. You don't have to buy the workbook because it is same. Workbook and LA and LR are same when it comes to questions, but LA and LR has theory which we need. So you have to buy LA and LR by AP Bharadwaj, and if you have not bought the book yet, Willy. I know repetition is there, but I want that things should be clear. Right, now moving on, you have to understand the law. Now how to read the law and everything of that sort, that you can watch my video, that is solving legal reasoning questions. From here you will understand that how to read the law. I have discussed that how you have to read the law. This video I'll try to mention in the description box, or type legal reasoning law Giri and you will find this video. It has around 50,000 views, so you have to just go through that video. So number one step here is we have to understand the law, and here also try to mark things, underline things, and then you have to make pointers. If you're reading a paragraph and you think that only 2 to 3 pointers main are there, write it down in the book itself, notes in the book itself, right? So that when you have to revise, you can very easily go back and revise. Okay, number one. Number two, you have to solve legal reasoning questions. Now what are these legal reasoning questions? I've explained in my video legal reasoning questions loggery. Check that out, and how, from where you have to practice. First step, this second practice is again PYQs of CLAT and ALET. Now a lot of you are going to say बहुत पुराना pattern है, old pattern. I understand that this is old pattern, but if you practice old pattern, I can guarantee you that you will be able to solve the newer pattern as well. Now step 3 is following legal current affairs. Now it is very important to have a basic understanding of what is going on in the legal world. Okay, for that I have my legal current affairs series that go on Loggery. A lot of students used to say, like before CLAT 2022, that oh, they are very detailed, we don't need these videos. But if someone had followed those videos for CLAT 2022, they came back to me and they told me that those series were actually really helpful when they were solving the question. And once I went through the question paper in detail, I also felt the same. So I'm not lying. I'm not saying this because I have done those series, but actually these series were really helpful. So again, legal current affairs series. Now here, whenever I'm saying that okay, CLAT people have to understand things, but whenever I say okay, note it down, this is important for CLAT people also, because there are certain things, बहुत चीज़ें ऐसी होती हैं जो current affairs में भी पूछी जा सकती हैं, तो वो मैं आपको याद करवा देती हूँ सेशन में, and all other things we understand. So this is important. Reading The Hindu, and wherever we come across legal news, that also we understand very nicely. So a basic understanding of current affairs is going to help you, because if you had followed current affairs, I had followed current affairs for 1 year, and I could feel that there were certain pointers that were picked up from current affairs and they were turned into questions. So if you had understanding of those legal current affairs terms, the paper would have been easier for you to understand. Okay, talking about current affairs. So when we talk about current affairs or general knowledge, duration, कब से कब तक की न्यूज़ कवर करनी है. So you have to cover the news for CLAT 2023. For CLAT 2023, you have to cover your news from January 2022 till December 2022, because CLAT 2023 is going to take place in December 2022 as of now. Right. For CLAT 2024, you have to cover your news from January 2023 till December 2023 if the exam takes place in December 2023, and till May-June 2024 if the exam takes place then. Right? Clear? Now, a lot of you are going to have number one question. CLAT 2023 people are going to ask if we have backlog, what we should do. Look, number one thing as step 1 for current affairs is reading The Hindu every day. This is mandatory. This is the need of the hour. You need to do this. This is very important. Okay, exam session takes place from 6 to 7 p.m. every day. Please, this is a free session on YouTube. Free. You should follow this session. This is a very important session, guys. If you are not free from 6 to 7, रात को देख लो. Watch the session next day. You can do this, that every day you're watching the previous day's session in the morning. But please watch this session, because here I am discussing the background of the news. I am giving you the entire story of the news. I am giving you the important words completely for free. So this is going to help you. Okay, reading the newspaper every day, and after once you've read with me, or you can before also you can read it yourself. I mention all the important articles on my Instagram handle, that is at IamLoggery. You can read from there also. You can pick up the newspaper from Examiners Telegram and you can read it by yourself, but please attend the session also, because then you're going to know about the background news. Because most of the students, when I say that okay, start reading the newspaper is mandatory, they come back to me and they say that these samajh nahi aa raha hai, we are not able to understand the newspaper. So this is what this initiative of mine is going to help you with reading the newspaper. So yes, this is what you have to do. You have to read the Hindu every day. Right now, from the day, even if 7 days are left and you're watching this video, and 7 days to go for CLAT and you're watching this video, 1 month to go, 15 days to go, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6, 1 year, 2 years, whatever, whenever you're watching this video, make sure you start reading the Hindu. This should be your step one. Now, what about the backlog? Look, for the backlog, you have to follow the magazine, and for, say 2023 people, your backlog is there, so you can follow IS Vision or Drishti IS to cover your backlogs, right? You can also follow my video on Examiner, but you need notes, so it is important that you follow these magazines so that your notes are completed. And for understanding, you can follow Examiner's video. We do monthly videos as well, right? So you can follow that. Now then you have your now another question that you might have is that January 2023 people, like for CLAT 2024. Another question that you might have is CLAT 2024 people should read the news of 2022. Should we follow the newspaper? Yes, because understanding newspaper takes time. You have time, that you can give time to yourself. So the CLAT 2024 people are going to have one question, that do we need to cover the news of 2022? I would say, if you hear the analysis, if you read the newspaper, this is going to help you, because most of the things are going to stay the same, right? News is going to change, but basic concepts are going to stay the same. So if you start reading the newspaper in 2022, or even if you're a 2025 aspirant and you start reading the newspaper in 2022 or 23, I think it is going to help you. So you should watch the newspaper, you should read the newspaper, watch the analysis. So step one is reading the Hindu every day and following Examiner, right? Step two is making notes from the Hindu, right? So in my session, I do tell that please note it down. This is important for your notes. So if you're not able to make notes, then my session is going to help you with that also. Then comes step three, following a current affairs magazine. Now your current affairs magazine, if you're following the Hindu every day, if you're reading it by yourself, if you're following my session, if you're making notes, then you can go for GK Today or Pratyogita Darpan. These are really good magazine. You can add news to your notes. Whatever was not covered by the Hindu or was missed out by the Hindu, by you or anything, then you can follow GK Today or Pratyogita Darpan. Any one magazine is enough. Okay, any one magazine is enough. If you want me to do a video telling you that how you have to read these magazines, then I would love to do a video. Leave a comment down below that I should do a video. And if you feel that there are certain things on which I should make a video, then you have to comment down below. I go through your comments, right? The next thing is follow Examiner current affairs sessions. We have our weekly sessions, weekly tests are there, so these are going to help you a lot. So every Sunday at 5 o'clock, at 5 p.m, we have a weekly test of current affairs. So that is going to help you with your revision. You will know कि आप कहाँ stand करते हो, right? आपको पता रहेगा, तो ये कर सकते हो. एंड अगर आप द हिंदू अच्छे से नहीं फॉलो कर रहे हो, ठीक है ना, आपको कभी मिस हो रहा है कभी नहीं, तो आपको IAS विजन दृष्टि IAS पढ़ना पड़ेगा उसके लिए, बिकॉज वहाँ पर आपकी बहुत द हिंदू कवर हो जाता है बहुत हद तक. बट गाइज आई वॉन्ट टू टेल यू वन थिंग, whatever the Hindu is covering, the Hindu is only covering, like you won't find it elsewhere. So if you are reading the Hindu every day, that is the most important thing, and making notes for the Hindu is from the Hindu for your current affairs is very, very important. One of the problems that students face is towards the end, when they have their exams, they have nothing to revise from. Then they have to find things wherein they can get something which is really important. So I would say, please create your own notes. That is going to help you a lot, right? I have already done videos in which I have shared that how you can create your own notes. I'm going to leave the link in the description box of that. I'm going to leave the link of those videos in the description box. Okay, now after watching this strategy, section wise strategy, that okay, this is to be done for this section, this is how we have to do it, one question that you might have is how to execute it. हम इसको apply कैसे करेंगे, ये question होगा आपका. So step one is how much time you can give to CLAT preparation. This is going to be different for everyone. Every day how much time you can give, on weekends how much time you can give. So my suggestion is 3 hours minimum you have to give. Look, if you have to clear CLAT, this is the self-study time. If you are taking coaching for CLAT, that should not be included. This is the self-study time. that you are going to study by yourself. 3 hours you need to give. 3 hours you need to give, and you can divide this time like this: 1 hour to the newspaper, even if you're hearing my newspaper analysis, right? That is going to be there. And then you have your 2 hours to your any subject topic that you're going to study. Even say you're giving 1.5 hours to the newspaper, you're studying the newspaper by yourself, and then you are studying the analysis also. So 1.5 hours, 1.5 hours you're going to give to a subject, any topic, right? And when I say any subject, any topic, I'm not saying that you have to complete the topic within those 1.5 hours. A little every day, ठीक है ना? आप थोड़ा थोड़ा टॉपिक जो है वो हर रोज करोगे. क्लियर है इतनी बात? Now 4 hours is the best time. If you're asking me what is the ideal time that I can give to my CLAT preparation, 4 hours. 4 hours wherein you give 1.5 hours to your newspaper, wherein you are also making your notes and everything. Here also notes you are making, okay? And then the rest of the time to your topics, to your subject topics, right? And if you can give 5 hours or 5 hours plus, then that would be also great. So minimum time 3 hours. This is mandatory. Itna to dena padega. You have to give this much time if you have to clear CLAT, okay? If you're not able to take out this much of time for your self-study, you can minus the tuitions, you can minus whatever, you can start getting up early in the morning or start studying late till night. But if you really want to clear CLAT, self-study time of 3 hours is minimum, and this is mandatory. Step 2. Which subject to pick up first, sequence or order? Now this is a very good question. From where to begin? This is the question that a lot of you have. From where to begin? Which subject to start from? Look, from the day you decide that you have to clear CLAT, स्टार्ट रीडिंग द न्यूज़पेपर. जिस दिन से आप कहते हो कि मुझे क्लैट क्लियर करना है, उसी दिन से न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ना स्टार्ट कर दो. तो हिंदू उठाकर पढ़ना स्टार्ट कर दो, एग्जाम आयर का सेशन अटेंड करना स्टार्ट कर दो, ठीक है? और नोट्स बनाने स्टार्ट कर दो. ये तो करंट अफेयर्स के लिए करना पड़ेगा, ठीक है ना? तो आप अपना 1.5 आवर्स अपने दिन के इस चीज़ को देने लग जाओ. यू विल गिव 1.5 आवर्स, 1.5 hours to your current affairs every day. Thereafter comes your reading comprehension. The first topic should be your reading comprehension. Short theory. Theory is short. Then you have to practice, practice and practice. As I've told you how to practice, that we have discussed, right? Then you comes your figures of speech. Once you're done with your reading comprehension, then what you can do is, in the beginning, say for 30 to 40 days, you studied RCs, you studied the reading comprehension part, you give 1.5 hours to your practice and everything. Now after 40 days, there might be a time when you are able to solve the RCs, set of 5 to 6 RCs in 30 to 40 minutes. So what you can do is, you start solving you give your 40 minutes to your RCs, and the rest of your 1 hour, rest of the 1 hour to some subject number 2. The topic number 2, then you can start as figures of speech. This is going to take just 4 to 5 days only, not more than that, right? Then keep on practicing your RCs till the time you're not confident, and you start touching upon other topics as well, ठीक है ना? जब तक आपको कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं आता आरसीज में, आप वो भी सॉल्व करते रहो 30 to 40 मिनट्स के लिए, बट दूसरे टॉपिक्स भी स्टार्ट कर दो जो आपके पास 1 hour है. The confidence that you will get, that one subject is finished. Once you're done with your RC and figures of speech, no, you'll be like, I am done with my English, man. I'm done with English, okay? And once you read the newspaper every day, you're going to be so confident. Now the next is backlog of current affairs, weekends, holidays. Now if you are a CLAT 2024 or 2025 aspirant, one request that I want to make is, don't keep backlogs. Like, if you know that you have to give CLAT 2024, and for that you have to study the news from January 2023, from 1st January, be the most serious aspirant on the face of this earth, ठीक है? और हर रोज न्यूज़पेपर फॉलो करो, follow the newspaper every day. But if you have backlog, I've already told you that you have to study IS Vision, Drishti IS, any one of them, whichever you can follow those for your backlogs. Otherwise, newspaper is mandatory. Making notes from newspaper is mandatory, right? So this also you can start doing when you have your holidays, right? If you have any holiday, if you are going to the school and you have free periods, or there's this period wherein you don't really have to study, you have to sit idle, use that time, utilize that time. If you're going to school by bus, by car, and there's travel time, it takes 1 hour, take your books along, study the IS Vision and Drishti IS. If you want to know how you have to study from IS Vision, Drishti IS, please leave a comment down below. I would do a video. So this is what you have to do. Utilize your weekends, your holidays, your extra time that you have in making sure that you're able to finish the backlog very quickly. Okay. Your second topic can be your Indian Constitution. Basically, this is your third topic technically, but let's take it to be your second topic, Indian Constitution. I also have my own course for Indian Constitution. You can buy that. Link is in the description box. Indian Constitution is very, very useful because it helps you with the newspaper understanding also. Then you have your legal reasoning, then you have your logical reasoning, and then you have your quantitative aptitude, that is your maths and data interpretation. Okay. Step 3. Now I want to talk about one thing. You'll be like, okay, fine, section wise strategy. We have the strategy. We know what we have to do. We want to know that how we should execute. इसको apply कैसे करना है? इतना सब कुछ हम करेंगे कैसे? I'm going to tell you. Firstly, note down the syllabus from the syllabus video. Guys, it is very important that you go through that video. Please. It is very important that you watch the videos that I'm going to tell you. I'm going to leave the link of all the videos in the description box. There are going to be 4 main videos that you have to watch. Okay, 4 main videos that they are mandatory. Syllabus video, watch the books video, order the books, create a schedule. I've done a video how you have to create a schedule. Create a schedule, keep checking, and if you want a fresh schedule, you're like हमारे साथ बैठ के schedule बनाओ, create a schedule with us, then please tell me, buy the books. I'm going to create the schedule with you guys. Okay, we can do a session on that also, right? Keep checking on the mind maps, keep a check on the mind maps, that whatever I have told you, you're doing that only. If there is any query, you can book a one-on-one session. You can also comment down below. You can follow me on Instagram, Telegram. You can follow everywhere. Links are going to be in the description box. On Telegram also I tend to take queries, right? So keep checking the mind maps so that you are sure that you are on track. So watch the syllabus video, the books video, and the analysis of CLAT 2022 question paper. These videos are really important, guys. You need to watch these videos. Now you need to divide your preparation into 2 stages. Stage number 1 is reading theory, that is understanding things, that is understanding, reading till you are able to understand. 1 reading, 2 reading, till you are not able to understand things. I think in 2 readings you will be able to understand things in 2 readings, right? Then you have to make notes. You have to make the notes in book itself. You have to mark, underline, and make pointers. If there's a passage you know that only 4 to 5 points are relevant, note them on the side in your book. Attempting MCQs, guys, practicing is very important. If you do not practice for everything, you remember in the section wise strategy I've given you, step 1 is reading, step 2 is practice. Practice is very important. Only theory is not going to help you, and only MCQs are also not going to help you. Both are important. Making notes is important because you have to revise. Revision is also important. Revising everything on weekend, if this you can do, this is going to be the best thing. If you will be able to do this, you are going to make sure that whatever you are reading ना वो पक्का होता जा रहा है. ठीक है? Then you have your stage 2 is your revising. Revise the entire syllabus into 15 to 20 days, and then you start with your mocks, and then your revision is going on side by side, because attempting mocks is very important once you're done with your syllabus. Like most of your syllabus should be complete. 3 to 4 subjects you should be done. Current affairs is an ongoing process. Once you're done with it, you should start till the time you're not done with your entire syllabus. Don't go for mocks, go for sectional tests, right? Sectional test you can find on our website also, www.loggery.com, right? Once you're done with your entire syllabus, attempting mocks, because and then analyzing it is very important. You know, once you're done with your syllabus, your question is going to be the score कैसे increase करें, score कैसे increase करें, common sense, score कैसे increase होगा बेटा, score ऐसे increase होगा कि आप अपना question paper mocks जो test दोगे उसको analyze करोगे कि कहाँ पे marks कम आ रहे हैं. वो topics को अगर strong कर लिया तो your marks are going to increase. So it is very important that once you solve mocks, you analyze them, then you find out the topics that need to be studied again. You study them from zero. You do this, you come back to this state for that particular topic. You come back to this state for that particular topic. Maybe you want to ask me that which book we should follow. Is there any book in specific that we can change or anything? Then you can contact me. Working on time management, yes, again very important. You'll be given 2 hours, right? And you will be having 150 questions. So you need to understand that how you have to solve these 150 questions with so many passages in 2 hours. You need to practice, and there need to be some strategies also that I've discussed already. How to handle negative marking. All of these strategies have been discussed. I'll leave the link in the description box. Revising entire syllabus. Yes, this should be your aim, that you should revise your syllabus 2 to 3 times. So this is what is the need of the hour. how to revise and everything. I've done videos. You can watch the videos that I did for CLAT 2022 aspirants. They are going to work for you as well. Link of all these videos is going to be in the description box. You can check that out. So guys, that's it for today's video. I hope this video is helpful. अगर आपको ये वीडियो हेल्पफुल लगी तो लाइक कर देना, चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर देना, बेल बटन पे हिट कर देना. जो वीडियोस मैंने बोली है वो जरूर देखना. They are going to help you out. If you want to book my one-on-one session, link is in the description box. Go ahead and book your session. That's it. Loggery signing off. I'll see you super soon. Bye and take care.